And again, we will be reiterating everything we just said. So if you missed anything on our stream, again, give me a holler. Let me know that you can now see us. I do think that you might have been able to earlier. Hopefully that is the case. If not, again, if you missed anything, if you have any weather questions, comments, concerns, feel free to give me a holler, because we are now confirmed that we are streaming out here from the ANF Plus desk. Again, back to the forecast, and we will recap whatever is happening or what is happening outside right now. Again, for those that are just joining, let's roll through that hour-by-hour forecast this evening, letting you know that there are no weather woes in the forecast this evening. Overnight tonight, it is going to be seasonably chilly, but no major issues across North Georgia and Metro Atlanta. And hopefully that holds, and we think certainly it will. Now, as we get into tomorrow morning, you're going to notice more clouds increasing. You're going to notice that there are more clouds up in the sky. And then eventually, colder air back in the forecast. Again, area low temperatures in the upper 20s, lower 30s. But the upper 20s mainly reserved, those below freezing temperatures mainly reserved for folks well to the north and northwest of Metro Atlanta. Temperatures, though, mid to upper 30s. Yes, it's going to be cold on your Monday morning, but let's also keep in mind that high temperatures Wednesday might be colder than that 37-degree low temperature, the forecast for Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport tomorrow morning. Now to the hour-by-hour forecast. Again, we're going to roll it back, start now, again, bringing the clock back. Forecast model doing a decent job with what we're actually seeing on radar, and that's key. We need to compare what a computer thinks is going to be happening with what is actually happening outside. And our forecast model is doing a good job. Keep in mind where you see the lightest green up in portions of Whitfield County, or Walker County rather, and portions of Floyd County, just north of Cleburne County, Alabama. Those little light green specks, that is not happening. We don't have any rain, anything going on across northeast Alabama and northwest Georgia at this time. So it may not get everything absolutely correct, but I think it has the right idea. So keep that in mind as we head deeper into the forecast. That light green you see late tonight, early tomorrow morning, that's not going to be reaching the ground. What this particular forecast model, I think, is indicating is the fact that we will have moisture up above our heads. So mid and high level clouds increasing. And I think that's what the model is picking up on when you see that little bit of green across North Georgia as we get into the wee hours of tomorrow morning. Not actual rain, not actual precipitation that is forecast to fall. So we as meteorologists, we look at the data and we interpret the data, and we use our training in the past, and we use that to apply to the current forecast. Again, just got an alert that we're going to be sending a push alert to the Atlanta News First app here pretty shortly, so we may see more folks joining the conversation. Again, we're going to kind of slowly slide into this portion of the First Alert forecast, going deeper into our conversation, we'll call it here. Again, you have the opportunity to ask weather questions, address any comments, concerns you may have with the forecast. If you do have any weather questions, comments, concerns, want to remind you that you can always reach out on YouTube. In fact, I'm monitoring the stream right now. Many folks watching haven't gotten too many questions yet, so hopefully we're being fairly clear as possible, right, with the First Alert forecast. But if you do think of anything, if you need questions answered about your specific location or what you may see, or just what is going on with the First Alert forecast and why it's been so busy lately. Remember, you can always ask those questions at Atlanta News First on YouTube. Would love for you to give our account a like and a follow, but if you can't, again, just a simple view. Don't even have to like and follow to contribute to that conversation. And again, Atlanta News First app is going to be a good one to have here. As you can see, hopefully you can see it there, Atlanta News First app. First Alert weather, winter storm warning, winter weather advisory issued for some North Georgia counties. So certainly we are talking about that risk of wintry weather and the guarantee that we have cold weather in the First Alert forecast across Metro Atlanta and North Georgia. So talking about those alerts that are currently in effect, right now in pink, far northwest Georgia, Fannin County, Walker County, Murray County, again, those not included in the Atlanta News First viewing area, only Fannin County, Blue Ridge, under a winter storm warning. in pink under a winter storm warning, including Higdon, Lake Blue Ridge, Mineral Bluff, the US 76 corridor there. We do have a winter storm warning, higher elevations in this county, and I don't even think it's everybody. It might not even be Blue Ridge proper, but in Fannin County and in this corridor to the west. And I think specifically as you get closer to Chattanooga, the risk of this occurring increases up to an inch of snow. In addition to that, up to 1/10 of an inch, a glaze of ice is possible. Now, further to the south, including White County, Towns County, Lumpkin County, Gilmer County, Dawson County, Cherokee County, Bartow County, Gilmer County, Chattooga County, Floyd County, Haralson County, Polk County, Cleburne County in Alabama and surrounding areas, and then deeper back into the Birmingham metro, we do have a winter weather advisory. Now, that is mainly for the possibility of a glaze of ice Monday night into Tuesday morning. Obviously, with Dawson County, Dawsonville, and Cherokee County, Canton, Bartow County, Cartersville, Polk and Haralson counties, we're getting close to, and then in some cases into metro Atlanta. So there is the possibility that there could be some slick spots Tuesday morning. That's not because of what's falling during the daytime hours Monday. We're going to see that band, and we'll run through the hour by hour here quickly just for those just joining us on the Atlanta News First app. Did want to go through the current watches, warnings, advisories that are in effect for North Georgia, none including the city of Atlanta, none including Cobb County, nor Forsyth County, nor Gwinnett County, nor DeKalb County, nor Clayton County. The immediate metro is alert free for now, but we do have a winter weather advisory in effect to there, shaded in blue, because primarily due to the risk of ice, a light glaze of ice. And it's a possibility, and I don't think it's going to be thick. It won't be, and it's not going to be particularly widespread, but bridges, overpasses, elevated roadways, and surfaces, we're going to be watching for some slick spots as we get into our Monday night and our Tuesday morning. So that could impact the Tuesday morning commute in a couple of areas. Only one county in the Atlanta News First viewing area under a winter storm warning with more significant winter weather possible, and that is Fannin County, again, up around Higdon, Blue Ridge, Lake Blue Ridge, the US 76 corridor. So we will be keeping that updated here as we get deeper into the day tomorrow. Hearing that comments are turned off on YouTube. Hopefully I can do this while also streaming live. Not sure why they are turned off, but I'm not even sure how to turn those on. Again, what you may have to do is to just reach out. Okay, we got it turned back on. Again, talking with our digital producer, TJ. Hopefully everything is now right, streaming out to you across all platforms, and you can comment, you can ask your weather questions, and address any comments, concerns you have with the First Alert forecast. So hopefully this is helping you here, and hopefully we can get that done. I don't appear to have the capability to comment myself. We're going to go back to live chat. Okay, now we have the live chat up. So, Ramon Rodriguez, hello to you. Wesley Millsap is watching from Ackworth. We have a lot of comments. I do apologize for missing these. Wesley Millsap saying hello. Raul Capatillo saying the weather is my drawback of moving to those areas. Is the fire to go with the smoke? Is there fire to go with the smoke? Not sure where. I don't know what sort of comment that might be. And Ann Brown saying, those might be referencing the news story earlier. Let's see. No glitches of any kind on YouTube. Wesley, yeah, not sure what was going on. It was mainly an issue to our platforms that are not YouTube. We were having trouble sending out our feed to our non-YouTube audiences. So those watching on the Atlanta News First app, atlantanewsfirst.com, Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple Play. Let's see. Yeah, Wesley Millsap, no school closures, no reports of anything like that. Alan Analco asking if there's going to be snow in Atlanta. The answer is right now no. We're not forecasting any snow with this first event as we get into Monday. In fact, now's a good time to go ahead and I will continue to monitor the feeds here. YouTube is the account to comment on, though we are streaming across many platforms. So just want to remind you, YouTube is always there, relatively simple. I know you may already be streaming on a device. You can always leave that stream, head over to YouTube, and that way, if you do have a weather question, you can address those. So hour by hour forecast. We're starting this evening, overnight tonight. Again, one thing here that I wanted to drive home. This is not what's actually falling at the moment. It's what one run of one computer model thinks will be happening over the next 12, 24, 36, 48 hours. And what I will say is that this particular forecast model, when looking back at radar, we were just showing you, if you just joined the stream, we were talking about what is happening right now, and it's aligning pretty well with the precipitation, the stuff we're seeing falling from the clouds. Tanya Belcher asking, what about black ice? There is a possibility in the counties. We were just talking about winter weather advisory in blue. As far as the metro is concerned, that includes Bartow County, that includes Cherokee County. So as far as the metro is concerned, the concern for black ice is there. Johnny Cash saying, I've been waiting 15 minutes and it's only weather. The news portion was at the beginning of this stream, and we are now into the first alert forecast. And a reminder that you can always watch back this stream. They don't leave. It's live now, but you can watch back this stream. And we were talking, Tori Cooper was talking about Fonnie Willis and some recent events that have been happening, and that story is available right now in the ANF app, also at atlantanewsfirst.com. That is the story that is being played and discussed. And again, as soon as the stream is over, it will be posted, and it will live forever on our YouTube channel there, Johnny Cash, as your avatar says, so hopefully you can give it a watch back. So again, Tanya, yes, a possibility of black ice, particularly Tuesday morning, not necessarily for the city, but Theron Woods asking about Marietta. The risk is a little greater there, but you right now, Cobb County, Marietta, not included in a winter weather advisory, so the risk is relatively low. But if that changes, they will put Cobb County, rather, under a winter weather advisory. Alan, is there going to be snow for Atlanta later this month or February? That is a fool's guess. I have no idea. We're watching a system Friday. We are watching a system Friday that has another opportunity for some wintry weather. But right now, I would still say unlikely that the city itself, inside the perimeter, technically, the city limits of the city of Atlanta, nothing in the forecast. But Alan, we're in a cold pattern every now and then, a relatively active pattern. So those are two things you need to get wintry weather. So at least we have those things going for us if you want wintry weather. But again, neither guarantee that you will see snow. Tanya, are we going to see power outages, trees come down with the ice and snow? Unlikely. If there are outages, they will be spotty. It'll be breezy to windy, so your normal outage count you can expect in North Georgia with our normal winds that we get with a typical system like this, but we are not anticipating any widespread outages as it looks right now, Tanya. But again, we will be watching Fannin County in particular for the possibility of isolated to scattered outages, really just scattered for Fannin County and the Chattanooga metro. For the rest of us, that's looking pretty unlikely. Will Highway 400, so Georgia 400, be ice-free for early travel for work tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow, no ice whatsoever, 400 all the way up into Lumpkin County and Dahlonega. No ice issues on Georgia 400 tomorrow morning. We're going to be seasonably chilly. There will be a little bit of a breeze tomorrow. You'll notice more clouds. Home Together LLC, but no worries. That complete 400 stretch from, the north side of the city through Alpharetta on up into Lumpkin County, Dahlonega right now, and what will hold, again, high confidence in this portion of the forecast. There will be no ice tomorrow morning. It will be dry. In fact, not much going on tomorrow morning across pretty much the entire area. In fact, that's a good segue there. We're going to head into the hour by hour. This particular forecast model does have a little bit of moisture falling from the clouds early on our Monday morning, so within the next 6 to 7 hours. This particular forecast model, though, I will tell you, I know you see the green at home, but what this model to me is indicating, these are mid and high level clouds. Moisture in those clouds being detected by this forecast model, but not actually falling. I think we're dry tomorrow morning. And either way, even if you do get a sprinkle tonight, temperature is well above freezing, no ice issues. Here we are, out the door time, 7, 8 a.m. Notice how we are watching Chattanooga and we are watching Huntsville, Alabama. If you're taking 75 up to Chattanooga, you will drive into some snow tomorrow morning. If you're taking 75 and then cutting over through Huntsville or maybe a more southern route, but if your final destination is Huntsville, Alabama tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, you will be driving into wintry weather. Heading a little bit deeper into our Monday, again, first alert as conditions deteriorate across portions of Fannin County, in particular north and west of Blue Ridge proper. We're talking about conditions going downhill near Calhoun, but especially just north and west of Calhoun. It's a fine line between accumulating snow in Chattanooga and then Calhoun. You're driving out of it and maybe a few sprinkles, a few flurries, but no significant issues. So that is at 11 a.m. Monday. We still want you to be alert to the fact that there will be some regional winter weather occurring, but not anticipating any issues. Metro Atlanta, in fact, the vast majority of North Georgia issue free through noon. All right, here we are, 6 p.m. Again, forecast model glitching there just a little bit. Notice how there's a pause for some reason, missing just a little bit of data for some reason from that forecast model. But here we are, 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. Still dry, Metro Atlanta. When I say Atlanta proper, I mean the city of Atlanta. It's an old Southern term, you know, like Atlanta proper, Houston proper, in the city limits. Tanya say, I hope this is not 2011. So an ice storm, Tanya, it is not. It is not. No worries. Not anticipating any huge changes here, but, you know, if you're traveling 75 up to Chattanooga, if you're traveling to Huntsville, Alabama, if you're traveling to Nashville tomorrow, if you're traveling to Memphis tomorrow, if you're flying to Memphis, those are the places that are going to be dealing with significant wintry weather. For us locally, it is going to be a real snap to very, very cold conditions. You will need to drip and protect your pipes, and that needs to be completed. I would go ahead and make those preps this evening, if not tomorrow, because very quickly the weather's going to get uncomfortable, and you will not want to be out Tuesday trying to make these precautions. But it's Tuesday night into Wednesday morning that the hard freeze occurs. The temperatures fall into the single digits and teens, and wind chills Wednesday morning fall back to near zero. So back to our Monday, again, ahead of the big cold, that risk of some wintry mix. Again, notice how it's pretty dry. In fact, probably nothing going on around Metro Atlanta the vast majority of the day tomorrow, no issues. But as we get into tomorrow evening, and this is the time period that we're going to be watching in Metro Atlanta. Mark, thank you for watching. Appreciate those kind words. Hernandez, 1122. Is there snow in Brookhaven, DeKalb County, Georgia? None in the forecast. But now is the time. That's a good segue here that you asked that, because now is the time for Metro Atlanta. Notice the clock there, upper left-hand corner, right above that blinking first alert, 11 p.m. As we get into tomorrow evening, we are going to start to see some sprinkles and some chilly light rain. But notice temperatures are well above freezing. In fact, 40s for Metro Atlanta about this time tomorrow evening and onward. So no snow, no significant wintry weather, but watch what happens as we get past midnight and as we head into early Tuesday morning. We are tracking falling temperatures, and there's still a little bit of moisture out there. So Dallas, Rome, Calhoun, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, temperatures falling below freezing as there's still some moisture around. This is 3 a.m. Tuesday morning, and this is the point. Wee hours of Tuesday morning, we're going to be watching for the possibility of a few slick spots, especially our elevated roadways. So think about flyovers, elevated portions of freeways that don't have, any soil or anything underneath. Your bridges, your overpasses, those sorts of structures could get slick, and that's why you're seeing the pink there. That's a wintry mix, maybe some sleet, maybe some freezing drizzle or very light freezing rain with temperatures 32 or colder. That is the possibility, the likelihood of the issuance for that winter weather advisory. That is why, and we began with this stream with that winter weather advisory shaded in blue, that is why they have issued the winter weather advisory, because of the potential for a thin glaze of ice Monday late evening, more so Monday night, wee hours of Tuesday morning, possibly lingering into the Tuesday morning commute. No immediate metro counties included in that alert, but again, we will take a look here, kind of rehashing the alerts that are in effect before we sign off this evening for ANF Plus. Tanya, again, is this going to be like last year's cold with the high of 5 we saw last year? We did not see a high of 5. We saw highs in the teens and 20s last year. So we were not that cold last year, but no, we are not forecasting it to be quite as cold. So rather than a low temperature of 7 and a wind chill of -5, we'll have more like a low of maybe 13, 14, 15. And a wind chill down around 0. Jason asking if that's heavy rain overnight Monday. No, that is not. It is sprinkles. It is very, very light rain. So very light accumulations, barely noticeable, just enough to wet the windshield, just enough to maybe create a damp spot or two on concrete. The problem is it only takes 1/100th of an inch of ice to lose traction on a roadway. And, of course, GDOT is very aware of this. They are aware that we have cold air filtering in. They are aware that the timing is not really conducive for a big winter storm. We're not forecasting a big winter storm anywhere in North Georgia, certainly not Metro Atlanta and the city of Atlanta. However, there could be a little bit of a moisture around, and case in point, 6 a.m. Tuesday morning, this particular forecast model, and again, it may not be 100% correct, but this particular forecast model, taken verbatim at 6 a.m. Tuesday morning, it is lightly, very, very lightly raining. in Atlanta with a temperature of 33, with temperatures then falling below freezing. Shortly thereafter, here we are, 8 a.m., temperature of 32, right as that light rain moves out. So there will be the possibility of some slick spots. Now, the risk is greater north and west of Atlanta, north and west of the metro, mountains of far north Georgia. If you live in extreme northwest Georgia, if you have family and friends in Birmingham and Huntsville and Memphis and Nashville, they're dealing with winter weather more than we are. Tanya, is the Department of Transportation going to be out on the roads? If need be, they will. Again, we're reaching out to them to find out their exact plan. We'll be working with them to communicate any advice that they have, but I'm sure they will be, if necessary, out there pre-treating and then actively treating as cold air filters in. Jason B., are we likely to see school delays Tuesday? That's up in the air. That is purely on school districts, and we really have no way to know whether there are going to be delays right now, considering none of the metro is under any sort of alert or advisory. At least the immediate metro, again, Bartow County, Cherokee County, are winter weather advisory. It's possible that some of those far northwest counties and certainly some of our North Georgia and Northeast Georgia mountain counties and our extreme northwest Georgia counties could see a delay or two, and we'll just have to evaluate, see how the system moves in, if it's behaving. Hopefully it's just a delay, but again, we will have to keep an eye on that. This is 9 a.m. Tuesday morning on this forecast model. That's what's, if you're watching the screen right, temperatures back in the 20s and 30s well after sunrise, and as we're drying out, we're not going to warm up much. Here we are, 1 p.m. Tuesday, trying to get into the mid-30s during the afternoon on Tuesday in Atlanta, but 25 Blue Ridge, 29 LOJ, 29 Calhoun, 29 Rome, 30 Carrollton, 29 Dallas. So the majority of Tuesday will be below freezing for the northwestern third to half of the Atlanta News First viewing area, generally in counties from Walker down to Chattooga, Floyd, Cleburne County, Alabama, Polk County, Georgia, Haralson County, Georgia, Paulding County, Georgia, Bartow and Cherokee counties up to Gilmer County, Lumpkin County, Towns, White County, Rabun County, Clayton, maybe just a little bit warmer as cold air slowly, and it will take some time, oozes, I should say, off to the east and the southeast. And again, taking you deeper out into time, we're going to try to briefly get above freezing. We're going to take you all the way to Tuesday evening, 6 p.m. So 6 p.m. Tuesday evening, as you're sitting down, just getting home from the office, it's already 29 in Atlanta. It's already 21 in Blue Ridge. It's already 26 in Dallas, and the winds will be howling by that point. So that 29 Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. will probably feel more like 15. And temperatures will continue to drop from there. This is a different way of kind of telling the same story. Overall wintry weather impacts, what the National Weather Service and the Weather Prediction Center perceives as impacts to your life and to your commutes, for example, through Tuesday. And in the lightest shading there, kind of that off-white pink color, that is a minimal impact due specifically to the risk of a glaze of ice Monday night into Tuesday. You can see how it does include far north and northwest metro and all of our north and northeast Georgia mountain counties. A slightly greater impact shaded in yellow, including western and northwestern Fannin County, and a more moderate to significant impact there in orange for extreme northwest Georgia out of the Atlanta News First viewing area back into the Chattanooga metro area. That is where we're going to be watching for the potential of more significant wintry weather impacts. For example, this is just one forecast model, but forecast accumulation of snow. And notice how they're not forecasting much snow accumulation this particular model Monday into Tuesday, up to an inch. That's about the max. Even for Fannin County, where the National Weather Service has issued a winter storm warning. Up to an inch, but that's not necessarily the guarantee, but the risk is there, so they have issued the warning. For the rest of us, not forecasting any significant snow, but the glaze of ice, freezing drizzle, a few sleet pellets Monday night into early Tuesday morning has caused the National Weather Service office and Peachtree City to issue a winter weather advisory. For those just tuning in blue, winter weather advisory, a glaze of ice possible Monday night into Tuesday morning. When I say a glaze, I mean barely noticeable, but enough to still cause slick spots and portions of the area Tuesday morning. Rome, Floyd County, Chattooga County, Haralson County, Polk County, Cleburne County, Alabama, Gilmer County, Bartow County, Cherokee County, Dawson County, Lumpkin County, Towns County, White County, Union County, those areas and surrounding spots. If your county is shaded in blue, you are at a greater risk, a more substantial chance of seeing that glaze of ice early Tuesday morning, and it could linger into the morning commute. So right now, no immediate metro impacts. Cass Smith said, "Lord, please let it snow. In Jesus' name, amen." Still unlikely. I know a lot of folks wanted, but we're not forecasting any measurable snow for the metro, but there could be a little bit of freezing drizzle. Very ugly, not a pretty form of wintry weather, but it can be impactful. We're going to be watching out for that Monday night into Tuesday morning. And again, new data coming in here in just a little bit. We're going to get our 0Z model run. Some of that data, what we call it, 0Z, just a time of day that we get it and that the models run. And I don't anticipate too many changes. Nonetheless, we're going to be watching any changes, making any fine adjustments to the forecast. And, of course, it's not just me. The entire First Alert weather team, First Alert meteorologist Ella Dorsey, Patrick Pete, Rodney Harris, Courtney Jacobazzi, Fred Campagna, and First Alert Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Valdez, all here to keep you updated. A reminder that you can reach out to me on social media if this is my first time meeting you. Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Cutter Martin, a meteorologist here at Atlanta News First, and you can reach out to me on any social media platform, Cutter Martin, CUTTERMARTIN. Ask your weather questions, and in the meantime, again, make those cold weather preps. We are tracking colder air behind this wintry weather. In fact, something I really didn't talk about, but let's go ahead and bring it up for you for those that are still watching. The First Alert 7-day forecast, we showed it to you at 6:30. A lot going on here. Notice Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, teens. That's for the city of Atlanta. Many folks in the mid-teens, lower teens, and maybe some upper single digits between 5 and 10 degrees up in the mountains of far north and northeast and higher elevations of northwest Georgia as well. So Tuesday night to Wednesday, that's a very cold night. Have your pipes wrapped, your home protected by then, and do it this evening or tomorrow so you don't have to do these things outside when it's cold and it's gross and it's windy like what we're forecasting on Tuesday. We try to warm back up Thursday. Don't think we warm up much. And then another system approaches. We will be watching that potential for some wintry mix as well on Friday. Potential, not a certainty, and certainly not for everybody, but something we're watching. What we do know is that next system, while rather unimpressive, rain, snow-wise, it is going to dislodge another batch of Arctic air. We're talking potentially even colder overnight lows as we get into next Saturday morning and next Sunday morning. Hernandez wants to know if it's going to snow in Rome. Again, unlikely in Rome, but there is a slightly greater chance in the city of Atlanta. A few flakes, sleet pellets, more so, though, up in Rome. We are watching the potential for a little bit of freezing rain and drizzle Monday night into Tuesday morning. Just as it stops raining, it'll get cold enough for some of that to switch over to freezing rain. Dree, will it snow Friday? Again, I don't have a solid answer for you. Still unlikely that the city of Atlanta sees snow Friday, but I think that there could very well be a little bit of light snow and wintry mix in the area across portions of North Georgia. So don't get excited about Friday's system either, but it is a system we're watching. First alert to the Arctic blast that filters in just behind it Saturday and Sunday. It'll be windy, it'll be exceptionally cold, and once again it will threaten pipes as we get into Saturday and Sunday. That is a busy 7-day forecast. We have 5 first alerts on there. 5 of those 7 days in the forecast have weather that could impact you, that will impact you. Tomorrow, it's mainly our mountain communities in extreme northwest Georgia and those that leave Atlanta trying to get to business in Huntsville, in Birmingham, and Chattanooga. Your drive will be impacted. Your flight will be impacted if you're choosing to fly. And then we try to get a bit of a break, relatively low impact Thursday. We're watching Friday, but we know the weather will impact you again as we get into Saturday and Sunday. Hernandez, 1122, you may be asking about Griffin, the city, not the county. No snow in the forecast for Griffin. Only the areas we've been discussing here on YouTube, those counties shaded, one single county, in fact, in our viewing area, shaded in pink, Fannin County. We're talking at or above 1,500, 1,800 feet. That they have the greater risk of some actual snow, not the city of Atlanta, certainly not anyone south. Glaze of ice, a possibility for some as we get into Monday night and Tuesday morning. Cass Smith saying it would be cool if it snowed in general this year. Absolutely. My ideal would be a nice moderate to heavy snow, but a temperature of 34. So it sticks to the grass, but not the roads, and we don't have our travel issues, we don't have crashes, we just have a nice, pretty coating of white across North Georgia and Metro Atlanta. Unfortunately, though, that is not going to be the case for the vast majority of us. We are absolutely snow-free for this system, and possibly Friday's, in all likelihood, Friday's system as well. But we do know it's going to get very, very cold. 2 surges of Arctic air on the way, hence the first alert. You need to make those preps this evening or tomorrow before the temperatures really begin to tumble. You don't want to be outside wrapping the pipes, covering the faucets, the spigots, when it feels like it's 15, 20, 25 degrees outside. So get outside today, tomorrow, if you can, to make those preps. The entire First Alert Weather team will be keeping you updated as to what is happening, not only on TV, but of course streaming here, ANF Plus, also in the First Alert Weather app. And I'm back on Atlanta News First on Peachtree TV, Atlanta CW affiliate at 10 p.m. with your full First Alert forecast. And again tonight on the late news, WANF Atlanta News First at 11 p.m. Stay warm, guys. Again, if you have any questions, find me on social media and ask away. Have a wonderful evening.